Bow ties are cool. What's happening, YouTube? My name's Immortal Coil, and today we're going to be talking about The Replacements. No, not those replacements. The cast of the original Star Wars was assembled in 1977, which means that the principal actors are aging out and in some cases has passed on. Rest in peace, Carrie and Kenny. So if Disney intends to continue to play in the Skywalker sandbox, that means that the major roles need to be recasted. They already tried that once with Han Solo. Didn't really go over too well. Alden Ehrenreich, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he just doesn't have Harrison Ford's swagger, despite Harrison Ford's attempts to teach him that swagger. And to be honest, Lord and Miller had a different idea for the movie in mind when Ehrenreich was brought on board. So he shot one movie, and then Ron Howard came in and shot a completely different movie. So I think he was kind of fish out of water, not in his forte. And I'm sure if we got the silly movie that Lord and Miller had intended, maybe Ehrenreich would have been alright, because it would have been a joke. And we could have suspended our disbelief. But when you attempt to shoot a Star Wars movie starring Han Solo, you need a certain bravado, you need to have a certain amount of swagger and ball swing that I don't think that he's had enough life experience to develop. Either that or it's not in his personality makeup. Then we have this article on Screen Rant by Chris Agar, which there's a rumor that in Star Wars Episode 9, Matt Smith of Doctor Who fame would be playing a young Palpatine. So for now it's just a rumor. Apparently it came from Mike Zero, so he's been to the future and back. He might know what he's talking about. But these kind of websites, when you read rumors, they don't necessarily have the facts. They just wait to see if the rumor is going to be true, and then they go, yeah, I called it first. If this rumor is true, it's interesting, because maybe Disney's actually learning something. Okay? Matt Smith is a brilliant actor. And he's not my favorite Doctor, especially in the first couple seasons he was in, and I'm really upset that they changed the theme song. But as the time went on, and especially after he lost the pawns, right? The character of the Doctor deepened, and it kind of went on a dark spiral for a little bit, which shows you why he needs a companion. And then that whole arc with River Song, I mean, yeah. But this would be interesting. I think he bears enough physical resemblance to Ian McDiarmid to pull it off, but more importantly, he has the acting chops. And since it's not scarred and deformed Palpatine, likely Matt Smith's iteration would be the apprentice of Darth Plagueis the Wise. So that's interesting. Another interesting thing is to note this cross-pollination by J.J. Abrams from Doctor Who to Star Trek to Star Wars, because he brought in Benedict Cumberbatch to play Khan in Star Trek Part 2, the not Wrath of Khan, but Wrath of Khan. Yeah. Next up is this article from Slash Film, and it's been making the rounds a little bit. And I finally found a way to correlate it to all the shit that I wanted to talk about. So, this article on Slash Film by Hoi Tran Bui says, Force Awakens deleted scene would have featured a different actor as young Luke, and here's what he looked like. Now, it would probably go the Bruce Lee Game of Death route, where they would have just shown this guy from the back or from the side or something. This guy named, what's this guy's name? This guy, Robert Boulter, looks nothing like Luke. I mean, he looks passable enough as Luke to either digitally alter the face or shoot him from those odd angles. But at this point, anybody else besides Mark Hamill isn't going to cut it. And Mark Hamill wasn't even allowed to play Luke. He had to play Jake. But maybe I spoke too soon. And this is an older article or an older suggestion. This is probably like a new spin on it. This is from Dork Side of the Force by Neil Harrington. And what it is Sebastian Stan he read a couple of lines from The New Hope, and him and Mark Hamill have been shown to physically resemble each other. And they actually have a running gag on social media about being like long lost fathers and sons. And you gotta admit, when you look at the picture, he looks a lot like Mark Hamill. Now, are looks alone enough to deserve a role? Well, I think he should get a shot at least. If he can pull off the young Luke thing, then we might have a means of telling stories in between Jedi and all that other shit. And not only that, but if he, works out and eats right and all that kind of stuff, we might even have some material that could be used in like an Obi-Wan thing, where he's on Tatooine and his ass is constantly in danger, but he doesn't know it because Obi-Wan's out there, handling his business. Be careful in your casting, Disney, for the future, because, well, you saw how Solo worked out for you. And again, I don't think it's necessarily the dude's fault, but you pissed off a lot of us. You alienated a lot of us. So we're going to need some quality control. Okay? Don't push your agenda. Just entertain us. My name's Immortal Coil. Ding the bell, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see covered on future editions of Savage Spirituality. And remember, you can lead a bee to pollen, but all bees are female, so respect woman.